Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of An Old Man with a Smartphone. In this episode I'm going to talk about my off-grid solar. This is kind of an impromptu video, but what had happened is for a gloomy day, this charge controller was putting out all it's worth. It is incredibly hot to the touch, and I did not have this noisy fan under here going to cool it. As a result, I was getting all kinds of power for the day. Things were going pretty good. I heard a click and I looked over and I discovered my charge controller had shut down. It was putting out quite a bit of amperage. It was actually putting out about 98.6 amps, and it's only good for 100. It was functioning at over 1320 watts, and it shouldn't be over 1250, but my solar panels are a little bit big because they rarely perform full. Today has been largely cloudy and gloomy, and you would think that I wouldn't be getting much power, but I was getting enough from the solar panels to throw that breaker, which in return has protected my charge controller. So we'll go ahead and close this now. It's cooled a little and it'll actually close. It's going to take a moment to show up over here. And we'll let this cycle through its regular cycle. And it'll try and find its maximum power point. So here we're getting 97, 95 amps. We'll flip through and see what that looks like on the old watt meter. So today I've had 2.4 kilowatts and 82 kilowatts for the month. Given it's the 17th, that's not the greatest, but I only use about 4.5 kilowatts a day. So right now, oh, it just dropped down some. We were getting over a kilowatt in here. And there must be a cloud or something going over because it definitely dropped down. There we go, little over a kilowatt. So for an off-grid system, so far things have worked quite well. This is almost at what we would call peak, except there is a little more for this to dish out. I just wanted to make a quick video showing that you can indeed, with a small system like mine, which is more, sized for an RV than a home, you can get a significant amount of power and be off grid. This is only slightly warm. Let's see how many watts. Yeah, we're only using 73 watts here. 74 watts, so that's not too bad. 86 watts. And that's running a cooler and these overhead lights and an upstairs freezer. A few other things are connected to it. I've got a couple of things that this powers. Aside from that, I just wanted to make a quick video because I was sitting here playing with all of my toys and I heard a click, and when I stopped to investigate it, I realized this cheap little breaker here got in the way of a big current surge and protected my charge controller for me. And then I felt how hot it was and decided I would flip this switch, which you call it a 300 amp breaker if you want. I only use it as an on-off switch just to run that teeny weeny little fan. And after running that fan for just a couple of minutes, yeah, I can put my hand up here. And this whole area where the work is done, that's all much, much cooler than it was a little while ago. So, there you have it. My system works, it's safe, it's protected. If I turn my back and bright sunlight gets the best of my solar panels, then that breaker down there, that little 20 amp breaker, will just flip and shut everything down. Another thing I wanted to check would be the temperature of these wires. and they are a little warm to the touch, but not too bad. I might have to put a larger gauge wire on there just to keep that temperature down. But those are 6 gauge, or yeah, they're 6 gauge wire, I believe is what I'd gotten. So you would think, but nope, I might have to go with just a straight 1/0 or somewhere in there. Anyway, it's been 5.5 minutes. You're probably ready to start the paperwork and move to a room with thinner air. I will cut it short and let you go here. Do leave a comment and a subscription. Thank you for watching.